What's going on, guys? It's a Fox7. In today's video tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to move from the MIG Switch version 1 to the MIG Switch version 2. If you've never owned the previous MIG Switch version 1, then you don't need to worry about deleting the old notepad file that's on the root of your microcard. So just ignore that, but I'll be showing you just in case you are moving from MIG Switch version 1 to MIG Switch version 2. In the meantime, go ahead and download my pack and extract it. So right here, so I just want to press right click, extract here. The link will be in the show notes. After that's all downloaded, go ahead and put a new SD card or your old SD card into the computer. Make sure that's formatted in exFAT. It cannot be formatted in FAT32, otherwise it will not work for the larger files that require over 4 gigabytes in storage space. So go ahead, put the SD card in there, and I'll meet you on the computer. Okay, so I'm going to be moving from a version 1 MIG Switch to a version 2. I have this covered up, so I don't want to show my files here for reasons, LOL. This is the old index file, okay? Now go ahead and download my pack, put the SD card into the computer. Now you want to open up this folder here after you extract it. Then you want to go into the MIG Switch OFW. This is the latest version. I've included the older version just in case you want them. I don't recommend using them because of incompatibility issues, but if you know me, I like to archive everything and have everything. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to click it once, right click, press extract here. That's going to extract the file. So you're just going to want to drag and drop this over to the root of your SD card. I'll be back when that's copied over. If you're like me and you came from an older SD card, it's going to ask you to replace the update.s2, so go ahead and replace it. If you're using a brand new card for the first time and never have done this before, then you don't have to worry about that. Now, on my root of my old SD card, do you see the notepad file where it says .nx index? You want to go ahead and delete that. So I'll be back when that's deleted. Also, something else that's important that you need to know, when you put on your files on the root of the microcard, make sure that they're all loose and they all match the same name. I'm going to go ahead and I'll see if I have an example to pull up to show you what the files need to look like for the names. You can have them in folders, like let's say, you know, game 1's in a folder, game 2, game 3, game 4. I have all the files loose on the root of the card. It's much easier for the MIG Switch to read it instead of having the games in folders. All your files need to be the same exact name for several files. I'm going to go ahead and pull up an example, so I'll be back in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and show you an example. So this is what it's called, and do you see how all these files are here? You have a total of, that's the main file, you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't need all 5 files to run the file, the file, LOL. All you need is the certificate and the initial .bin. So you only need these 3 files. These other 2 you don't need. This is my own cart that I actually own over here. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that your SD card looks like this. Everything's in the root. That's basically all plain on the root, no in folders or anything. You can put them in folders, but sometimes the files will not work and they will not play. So I always have everything on the root just laid out like that. I can't show any type of footage or anything. I'm just showing you how to set up the files. I don't want the video to get deleted or whatever. So that's basically it. I'm going to be back. I'm going to test it on my side to make sure there's no problems or anything, or just in case I need to let you know of something. Now, when you put it in for the first time, nothing's going to happen. It's going to show an error code. What you have to do is your flash cart, it's going to flash green a couple of times, I believe. So I'll be right back, and I'm going to do this, but I can't record any footage. Also, before you turn the system on, make sure that you deleted your internet connection, and make sure that you deleted your Wi-Fi connection, and make sure airplane mode is turned on to avoid any bans or anything like that. At this time, go ahead and put the flash cart inside the system. The color went from a solid blue, then flash green, and it gave me an error message that said the cart cannot be read. That's good. It flashed over the update, so I'm going to go ahead and test it on my side. Now there's a little button on the left hand side of the cartridge. You want to go ahead and click that to switch over your files. So I'll be right back. I'm going to test it. So after that error screen pops up, go ahead and inject the cartridge and re-inject it. Now we're going to try to push the button down to switch over to the next title. How you can tell when it switches over to the next title, your cartridge will stay a solid green, then it will flash over to the next title. So I'm going to try it one more time on another title. The button is extremely difficult to press. I'm actually using a pair of tweezers to actually get the button to ignite, which is extremely silly how they made this. I'll be right back. Also, here's a tip. If you're having a problem where it's looping between only two files, what you need to do is press down the button a little quicker. It's extremely difficult to press down this button quick enough because it's so small, and if you put too much pressure, it ejects the cartridge. So the button needs to be a lot longer. I have a micro switch. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to cut the little door, little flap on the system. I'm going to try to put that micro switch in there, and I'm able to actually push down on it to like switch over to the next title. I'm not disappointed with the MIG Switch version 2, but it could have been better. They could have just made the button bigger and longer, and so you're able to hold down on it. I can see why they didn't want to do it. If they made the button bigger and longer, the door wouldn't close on the system. But it's kind of ridiculous because like it's extremely difficult to get this button to get fired on, unless like you actually have like a pair of tweezers, which is ridiculous why you would need to carry them with you, or like a pencil point or something. I wouldn't even recommend using a pencil point, but you need something, a spring or something. I'm gonna try to figure out or make something where we can just kind of, you know, like just trigger this button so where it works. I'll keep you guys updated. Anyway, guys, that's it for the tutorial. I'm sorry I couldn't show you anything. You know how these people are. They're always trying to delete all videos and stuff. Anyway, guys, that's it for the tutorial. Like and subscribe to the Fox Den, and I'll catch you later. Have an awesome day.